Ladies and gentlemen, netball lovers, welcome to yet another episode of the Netball podcast. You know, this is where we just get to tell the netball story and we hear the story from the person themselves. And today we've got a very interesting guest. He is a goal shooter for Johannesburg District as well as for the males national team. And I am talking about Lutendo Maiwashe, also known as Toti.
Yeah.
Toti. Ah.
Nah.
Can I say Barimin? Is that Tsonga?
Bofuahani. Yeah. So Barimini is like it's too casual. It almost means nothing. It's it's like saying uring.
Oh, is it?
So I would rather have you saying ukai like than uring.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So Barimin is casual. Everyone who doesn't really speak Venda well will say Barimin.
Yeah.
So that's where you pick up.
Let's be casual. Barimin.
Rovua Barimin.
I know.
Rovua. Okay.
There we go.
Easy as that.
Thank you for that lesson. Yeah. Otherwise, how are you doing?
Well, I'm okay. Thank you so much for having me. I think I feel honored to be here. Yeah.
Thank you for being one of our first guests of the NSA podcast. Honestly, the purpose of this is just to tell your story as it is, and why not get to know our players?
Yeah,
and let's hear your story. Toti.
Yeah.
Or should I say Lutendo, because we're taking it back. You're from Venda, Thohoyandou.
Yes.
What was it like growing up in Thohoyandou?
Well, so I grew up with my grandmother, my mom's mom.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite nice. You know how grandmothers are. You get away with a lot of things, and she would spoil us in every way possible.
Yeah.
And you know, she was very big at school, and she would you can't just come back and not show that you're from school. You need to open up your books before you do anything, before you touch anything. Tell us how was school, what did you do, and you know, how can we help you? Yeah, because she was a principal also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was a teacher, then she became a principal later on. So it was very nice growing up in Venda. And my grandfather also, may their soul rest in peace. They are no more now. I enjoyed. They had a lot of grandchildren. I can't even count because my uncles have kids, and then my aunts and my mom also. So it was quite nice. And also my sports side of life, they really supported so much. I used to come back home very late sometimes. It was not allowed, but because they just want me to be in sports, because they know the power of sports, they just let's just support him. As long as they know I'm safe wherever I am. Yeah, so it was quite nice.
Talk about sports.
Yeah.
What sports did you play, Greg?
Well, so I played basketball.
Okay.
So my mother used to work at the University of Venda. So when she enters the gate to her office, the basketball courts were there. So when she leaves around 4 to home, that's around practice time. So I think as she leaves from work to home, she would see these guys playing, and she knows she has a son at home. A son maybe tall enough to qualify to play basketball. So this other time she was like, I just knocked off and I saw some guys playing basketball, and I asked if someone from outside, because I was not in varsity then, I was just from high school, you know. She was like, can my son join? They were like, yeah, sure. I was not allowed to play a league because I was not a student then, but some tournaments I could play. So she comes to me, she's like, I'll take you there personally. She took me, went to their car, and then she dropped me off then. And you won't believe it, after the first day, that day, I never went back to basketball again because
Why?
I saw a guy very tall.
Taller than you?
Way tall. His name is Chirizim. What's his name? Chirizim something. I'll remember and then I'll tell you. The guy is tall. So he, you know, when you enter the courts, there's that.
Yes.
So he would have to the whole time. So I thought I'm tall, but not tall enough for basketball. So I thought in basketball, everyone was like that. So I had to stop for a bit just to think about eat a bit, but I later on just went back and only to find out I'm not that bad. I'm tall, but yeah. So Chirize is not in the country anymore since he left before he did his matric. He went to the US. He played NBA there. He played for. Now he's in China somewhere because I see his Facebook post and whatever. He's having a good he's having a great time there. So that's when my basketball started in the University of Venda. They accommodated me so well. They took me as one of theirs. I didn't feel like an outsider at all. And my coach was Coach Kwashi. He was from Ghana. Very, very talented, brilliant. Besides the basketball fundamentals, he taught you how to carry yourself as a player. He taught you how to celebrate. If you want to celebrate respectfully, you don't go around taking off your clothes just because you scored the buzzer beater. Buzzer beater is like your last 3 seconds basket, and he was an amazing coach. I don't want to lie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you went back, and how was basketball? I'm sensing family vibes within team. You can tell it's a team sport.
True. Yeah, it was amazing. Like I said, I never, not even a second, felt like I don't belong here. I was the youngest. I was in high school, and that's a varsity team, obviously. And it was amazing. They taught me a lot of things I never knew I would learn. And yeah, basketball it was home then. Yeah, I loved it so much. I loved it so much.
And when did you move to Joburg?
Right. So I moved to Joburg in 2011, 2012. Yeah, I moved. So my mom was now working in Johannesburg, but staying in Soweto. So I left from there, and then I joined her in Soweto. We stayed there until Muletsane. Yeah, Muletsane. Yeah, so I had to further my education. Yeah, so that's where I went to college in Braamfontein, MSc College. I studied international tourism there. Yeah, so since I left there, I've been in Johannesburg the whole time. So obviously, because I have basketball in me, I couldn't play basketball in college because they didn't have basket. They had other, soccer and whatever, but basketball they didn't really have at school. So obviously, Soweto is a cast. Yeah. There's basketball teams every corner you go. There's basketball courts. As informal as they were, I just found a team. It's called it was based in Dube. Yeah, it's called Dube Steelers. Very nice team. Very young players also. I think the oldest player there was Mutle. I think he was around 26, 25, 26 by then. So the rest of us were like, and it was amazing. It was amazing. And that's where I realized that basketball in Gauteng is way more advanced than basketball back at home, because even the coaching is different. The style of play, they teach you so much. So I would say my basketball changed when I got to Gauteng. And then as we were playing, obviously, as you play, you don't know who's watching and why they're watching and what they're looking for and whatever. So we played Soweto League then, and it was nice and smooth until I was called up by a coach called Tuso. So he coached BNL. So BNL is a big league. Yeah, BNL is a very big league in the country. It's still running even now. I think they were playing yesterday. I couldn't go. I was not feeling so good. I wanted to go watch finals, but I couldn't go. And then Tuso came. He was like, "Hey man, I'm coaching Northwest Eagles, and I think, how about you come to the trials? Let's see if we can get you to the team. Let's see how you perform and whatever, but I would really like to have you in my team." I'm like, okay, no problem. And then the challenge was, because it's a team from Northwest, we needed to train 3 times in Poch from Soweto. So imagine that time I'm still a student and whatever. So he made it work. He would fetch me from home, drop me off very late. You imagine we're coming from Poch. We finished around 8 or 9 p.m. So I'm home by 11, 12, you understand? Yeah. So my mother's like, okay, I see this basketball, but this time it's like we're gonna have to pause. I'm like, hey, just give me a few more. It's coming. Yeah. And then she has been very patient with me in terms of sports. And then luckily I made it to the team, Northwest Eagles. So we played professionally. It was, the league was, I felt like I was not ready for such a league. Basketball, BNL is such a very big league in the country. And remember, I told you I'm coming from the streets.
Yes.
Yeah, we used to play
informally.
Exactly. So from there all the way to BNL, it's like, okay, what am I supposed to do? And at that time, the pressure is there because the coach already told you that he needs you, and he believes in you. He believes you're the player that he needs at that time. So I'm like, okay, I have to pull myself together. I need to make it work, you know? So we played BNL. It went well. I think we came out 5th or 6th or whatever. It was not so good for the team, but the following year we made it. It was quite better than the first year, because I think we came out 3rd or 4th. Eagles. Yeah, it was quite nice. I really enjoyed basketball. Yeah. It was quite nice. Yeah.
Because I can see your eyes get glowing when you talk about basketball. So I can tell the passion is still there for the sport.
True.
And the switch from basketball to netball, who introduced you to netball, and how was that switch from basketball to netball?
You know, I've answered that question a million times in my life, because everyone just wants to know, how did it come about? Did you stop? Did you pause? What's going on? Where did you meet netball? And I think I'm getting used to answering that question. There's no shorter way, unfortunately. I would have to, go deep and make you understand how it came about. So I have a friend of mine. His name is Raberani though. Raberani has a team. It's called Girls Rock in Soweto. So they train at Muletani Sports Complex, which is a walking distance from home, right? So the same place where they play netball is the same place where I play basketball, right? So because we are from Venda, we used to each other. We talk sometimes after and before training. So this time, I think his girls were not doing so well especially the shooting end of things. So he's like to me, hey brother, I'm seeing flames in tournaments, my balls are getting to the circle, shooting circle, but the balls are not sinking. I'm like, how can I help you? He's like, I need you to come and train my kids. I'm like, I'm not sure if how we shoot in basketball will help your kids. It's like, I don't think it matters. What I want is the goals. I want the goals. Because his defense is solid. The midcourt is, perfect, but the shooting is, I'm like, okay, I'll come do what I can. And then that's when I started. Imagine I started coaching netball before I started playing something else. So I went there, I started coaching the kids, basketball shooting drills, but in netball. Yeah. So I took basketball shooting drills and I introduced the kids to, and then we, it went on, the training went on. But also as a coach, you'd want to, when the kids play tournaments, that's where you want to gauge if what you are teaching them is actually happening. So when they play tournaments, I would now go with them. Remember, now I'm sacrificing my netball weekends already for these kids, right? So instead of going to basketball, I'm going to netball just because I'm now a coach. Okay. Now they're playing. Now I'm starting to see where to actually improve with the kids. So as we go to these tournaments, so some tournaments were like mixed. So there's guys and, ladies playing. So that specific tournament, that specific weekend, there was also guys playing, a division of guys playing. And then this other guy, Uhaidi, comes to me. He's like, hey, man, we spot you a lot in these tournaments and we are aware you don't play, but you are coaching these kids. How is it going? I'm like, no, I'm just helping out where I can. I'm not really experienced when it comes to netball and whatever. It's like, oh, okay. But we are a male team. We play netball. I'm like, really? Yeah, where do you play? He tells me they played Orlando Communal Hall. Yeah, at 4:00 Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And okay, so it's like, how about you come and just see if you'd love netball? I'm like, okay. When I get time, I'll come. So I think I only went there after 3 months. Yeah, he invites me today. I go there after 3 months. And also because I was passing by, not because I was not, I was like, oh, and it's Monday and it's around 5. Okay, let me just see, And then I went there and watched. I was shocked to see male people playing netball. I was like, okay, so it's actually a thing. I stood there, and then I could also come. I could come the next day because I was late already and I was not dressed up for playing and whatever. So the following day I went this time to actually try it out. And then Lesh gave me a bib.
Yeah.
He threw it to me, actually, a goal shooter bib. Was like, you'll play goal shoot. I'm like,
Lesh.
yeah, Lesh, Lesh, yeah. It's like, you'll play goal shoot. I'm like, okay. Then I took the bib, and then you won't believe the amount of steppings, footwork I did on that day. Because I thought, no, I've got it. I played basketball, so this cannot be. Yeah, they shoot. Yeah, it's just to sink the balls. Yeah, I was caught for footwork the whole time. I didn't know what I was doing wrong, but it felt real to me because that's what I do in basketball, and I don't get blown for it, So they're like, no. Here you can't take more than 2 steps. You can't do this. You can't do that. I'm like, okay, it's gonna take a while for me to actually adjust to netball. But luckily, amazing players diversity has. Lesh himself is an amazing player. I don't want to lie. So I was lucky to fall into the hands of Eugene. It's a brilliant player. Lebogang Kgogome, he was in the national team also 2 years ago. Those, I think that's where I got to develop very quickly in netball because those guys, they meant business.
What year was this?
This was 2019.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, I think September. And you won't believe it, that's the week they were going to national champs in Polokwane. So I couldn't go with them because I had just arrived and I was still a baby, and I'm sure the teams were finalized and everything. So my first championships would have been in Polokwane in 2019, but I couldn't make it because I just joined the team then.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is a very interesting story.
Yeah.
And this was 2019.
2019, yes.
Following year, COVID.
Yeah, COVID, dealt with every one of us. Especially, we couldn't move. We couldn't do a thing. You couldn't train. You couldn't keep fit because, also some of our houses don't even have enough space to, so we were stuck for quite a long time.
Looking at, you got introduced to netball 2019.
Yes.
2020, COVID hit.
Yeah.
Where is your mental state at that time? Especially looking at, am I going to continue training? I've developed an interest in this sport called netball. Where are you at that time looking at your mental state?
Well, because everyone is just home and doing nothing, I thought maybe it's a sign for me not to even go to netball at all. I thought maybe, okay, because let me just stick to basketball. Because anyway, I was not yet deep into this netball thing at that time. So I was like, what do I do? Do I continue with netball? But basketball, they need me. I mean, my players, my team needed, losing me as because one thing about basketball, you can't play it today on a Saturday and go play netball. Remember I told you about footwork?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to mess up. Yeah, it won't work. It just won't work. You can't play basketball today.
So you can't play both?
You would need to be so disciplined in what you do because the footwork also, it's quite tricky. So COVID, it was hectic. I don't know. It was hectic. You couldn't do much. As an athlete, you just want to keep fit the whole time. You just want to be active. Go out running. You can't go out running. But so you just have to be indoors the whole time, and it brought so much confusion to not only me but most players out there. Yeah.
2021 comes. How do you then get selected to be a part of the national team? Because let's think about it.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I want to understand your thinking around you being selected now for the national team, because you get introduced to the sport in 2019. COVID hits.
Yeah.
That year, you're distracted.
Yeah.
It's a distraction. You're not sure what's happening. 2021, you get selected in the national team.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
That's actually less than a year of starting netball. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. I also can't believe it when I think about it. So 2021, I was selected. That's before. I remember we get chosen at the champs, at the national champs. So to play champs, you need to belong to a district, which is Johannesburg for me. So the first miracle was to be chosen for district before nationals, right? So I was chosen to represent Johannesburg at the national champs that took place in Sun City, 2021.
How was that? Let's
Yeah. I had never been exposed to so much netball in my life. So much guys playing netball.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
And you're like extra.
Exactly. Yeah. No. If you want to watch netball, come to male netball. You'll see. We overdo everything.
Yes.
It's so amazing to watch. You won't believe it. It's so, yeah. No, 100%. But I don't want to take it away from the ladies. Personally, I think it's safe and it's okay to say I learned netball from watching the ladies. I would just leave my place, go watch a tournament, just sit alone in my corner and watch what the ladies are doing. There's a lot of amazing, especially because I'm a shooter. I would watch, shooters, goal attack, how they do the, players like Nomfundo Mgomezulu, Nontsikelelo Mazibuko. You watch them play, you get goosebumps. What are these guys doing? Kamukhelo Maseko, amazing player. Even till this day, I just enjoy. Yeah. Because I feel like we have the same sense of play. I think when I watch them play, I see myself. This is me. You understand? So for guys, 2021 national champs, my heart was here the whole time because remember from district level, district is just, we know each other. Now you're playing against KZN, playing against King Kashwa, people you've never seen before, you don't know. And there's this thing that, kusasa niyodlala nabo ban, yo, defender kon. So you go there with that thing of, how is it gonna be? They told me about this person already. So it's the mindset that I had to pull myself away from, because I can't go into the court thinking, I'm going to be defended by this player and he seems to be, So it was, for me, it was quite hard. I don't want to lie. And, but one thing that consoled me was the fact that I was playing with the best players ever, Abu Eugene, Thabo Kololo, Ashwin Bosman. I'm sure you know Ashwin. Yes. Yeah, so I felt like my team was the best team. So that's one thing that made me breathe a bit. Yeah, otherwise 2021 champs were the best and we finished first. We got gold medal, which was so nice.
Your name gets called up?
First on the list. I'm sitting, chilling, minding my own business. We're on the table. It's like a gala dinner kind of setup. You understand? I'm busy. I think I was speaking to Ledge at that time. Eugene is somewhere on the side. And Mom Cecilia is busy announcing names. I'm not thinking, I'm still a baby in netball. My name cannot be called. So I'm not there. I'm just there to celebrate people who are about to be called. You understand? So apparently my name was called. I didn't hear. Lesh hears, and Lesh is like, dude. I'm like, what? Your name. I'm like, what must I do? Go. And then I don't understand what's going on. Everyone is clapping because everyone expected my name because they saw the performance. I was like, wow, that's so great. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. That was amazing.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen to a lot of people. I don't want to lie.
So how did you feel when your performance was during that tournament?
I felt like I'm yet to develop. I felt like I'm yet to be recognized, but not at that specific tournament. I felt like, yes, I did great. Yes, I missed a few shots there and there. Yes, I'm still a baby. I made mistakes, but not to be called immediately. At that time, I'm like, okay, wow, how big is God then? Right. You understand? Yeah. It was amazing. I still can't believe it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then time fast forward. It's now time to go on national team duty.
Yeah.
How was that?
Well, so our first tournament after that was the international friendlies. We had Kenya, we had Uganda, they came through, and then we had correctional. They came, I think, as an invitational, and action. So we came together and then we formed a nice big tournament. It was nice, and we played each other twice just to try and balance, because we can't just play each other and then it wouldn't be enough game time for us. And that was just after COVID, but COVID was still there because we had to, sanitize the whole time. We had to have people's, it was crazy. You can't play. Yeah, you can. Yeah, because the minute you step off, then mask on. Sometimes you run back onto the court with a mask because you forgot you can't play in that thing. So yeah, it was amazing. That was a nice tournament. Getting to play with. And what I've picked up about these African countries also, they have a lot of basketball players. Yeah, those are basketball players. You see the way they take shots, the way they run. This is pure netball, pure basketball. So it's good to see basketball players develop and basketball coming to netball just to experience and have a feel of how netball is. Otherwise, the tournament was amazing. We came out first, of course. We played Kenya in the finals. It was quite nice. Kenya is a very great team. I wish they don't, because we had them during the Africa Cup also in Botswana last year. They came through and we just loved playing against them the whole time. Yeah.
It's still quite early in your journey. You're now getting used to training in district for Johannesburg. How different was then training for the national team? Because I'm sure it's kind of different.
Yeah, true. Remember, it goes back to who is coach. Remember, your district coach and your national coach are not in the same level.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things they look forward to once you're a national player. You cannot, even your behavior also, you can't behave like a district player. You understand? So, and it's, once you're a national player, there's a lot, yet very little expected. You understand? Because they expect you to be, 100%. They can't teach you footwork. That's what I'm saying. They can't teach you stepping.
You need to know those basics.
Or by now.
Yes.
For them, it's just to channel. They channel. They show you, instead of this, do this. Instead of that way, look that way. Instead of just small things. And then they can't also keep reminding you. You understand? The level you are in, you can't be reminded of. Yeah, there's no time also. There's no time. We're playing next week. You understand? So it's you just need to be someone who adjusts quickly. Yeah, they tell you now, you do it now. You don't wait for the second center pass or the third one. Do it this center pass. We want to see it now. Yeah, so compared to a district, it's just like, okay, you understand? It's yeah.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's really
Right?
being an interesting journey. I think for me, more than anything, it's the time in between and COVID coming in as well.
Yeah.
And then you keep getting these national team call-ups.
Hey, you won't believe it. From when we started, when they started calling me in 2019, I've never left the team since then. I made it 2021, 2022, 2023, and now I'm in the squad. We're waiting to see how it goes because we still have to go to final trials. That's where they're gonna select. But I'm crossing fingers and putting God forward like I always do.
What would you say basketball kind of helped you channel yourself as the goal shooter that you have become? Because I'm sure there's something you're taking out of basketball and it's at an advantage for you.
I think I wouldn't be playing netball had I not played basketball. You understand what I mean? Because then it would mean I'm just like any other player. You understand? So the reason I'm playing netball now is because of what I did from basketball that worked and everyone liked and is working for me. So it's what I'm bringing from basketball that's making me who I am at netball now. Yes. So I think basketball, I always say I was not meant to be a basketball player. I was meant to pass through basketball into netball. Yeah, because even my I have so much friends from basketball who watch my game a lot. They love watching me play netball. And then they'll go on Facebook, Emina, we saw you do these things. Is it even legal at netball? I'm like, netball is flexible, guys. As long as you don't get in contact with the pole, then you are fine. You can jump, you can score, looking facing anywhere as long as it goes in legally.
Yeah.
So I think basketball was relevant in my life, not for me to stay there, but for me to come and display it through netball. Yeah.
So are you saying you've closed to the basketball chapter?
Honestly speaking, I love basketball especially when I watch it. I just want to go on court and play. You understand? But I can't say I've closed it. It's just on pause for now.
Okay.
Yeah, I love basketball. I mean, it's home for me. I can't just stop it because now there's greener pastures this side and whatever. But I would love to go back and just belong to a team, and play a small league. Nothing hectic. Yeah, just to remind myself where I've been. Yeah.
Let's talk about the opportunities in netball, because then one would say that I think your story is just still, because you started in 2019, you make it to the squad in 2021. Were you that good? Was it your height? Or what was it? Because it was, but maybe when something is yours, is yours.
Yeah. I was about to say, I think I just fell into the right soil at the right time. I can't say it's because I'm that good. There's this brilliant player in netball. I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to mention names. There's amazing players, amazing shooters. And I feel like it's just, I just came at the right time. I just fell at the right time, at the right place. I think I'm going to keep going back to basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball gave me something I never thought I would use anywhere else. When I was doing it at that time, I thought, that's it, that's basketball. And I didn't know I was doing it to do it somewhere. So I think, to answer your question, it's not about being good. I don't think, I still believe there's players who are way talented than I am, but it was just, it's time. When it's time, it's time.
Yeah.
When it's time, it's time.
You call your mother. Where were you when you got the news that you've made it to the national team?
So, where was I when I got the news?
Yeah.
You mean first time in 2021?
Yes.
Because, like I said, it's a gala dinners kind of situation. And remember, the selectors when we playing
were there.
Yes. So I don't know how the scores are or how they work, but me being called up first, I believe it means I had the most points. You understand? So that's when the announcements are made. And then, of course, we are selected as a squad to go and trial again. The last trials where only 12 is selected.
Yes.
So we went to Pretoria for the final trials, and the announcements are made just after we are done trialing. So I still made it.
Who did you call first?
I was called first. I was called first also there. My name came out first. I'm like, God.
And then you tell your mother.
Yeah, I think she's my mother is, you know what she does? You call her with good news, she already knows.
Really?
Because she's a praying woman. Yeah. She prays like, so for her it's not that exciting anymore because she knows before it happens.
Yeah.
So, but to avoid busting your bubble, she's gonna celebrate with you as if she doesn't know and whatever. Yeah, but she was quite excited. She was like, it means this thing is really working, because I feel like she didn't believe when I told her I'm now playing. She was like, humble zobu. It was just it's just a phase. You're gonna go experience. It's gonna bore you within 2 weeks, and then you're gonna come back. So when I told her, she was like, oh, okay, it means it's a real thing. It's there. So you gotta represent South Africa. I'm like, yes. So you are like, Bafana, but so you're like Bafana, but of netball. I'm like, yes, that's a great example. And then she was so excited. She was so happy. She was like, oh, okay, keep it up then. I'm behind you the whole time. So she follows the Netball South Africa page. Now she knows things before I know them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I remember this time Puma posted we had a shoot for Puma and whatever. She called me first. She was like, hey, I'm seeing you. Did you see? I'm like, what did I see? I was like, go to the page, you see. And then I saw Netball South Africa posted as there. I'm like, yeah, that's my biggest supporter. Yeah.
That is
quite
so
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Where's your first national team kit that you got? Do you still have it?
I have, yeah, all of them. I still have.
You still have all of them?
Yeah. All of them.
Yeah.
If I had one big room like this, I would just, make sure I frame them, write names and whatever. Yeah. I can't give those away.
Yeah, no,
anything else you can have, but not that, because it's like one of the things I need to share with my kids. They need to watch and see where I've been, and hopefully they would be also motivated that it's possible for one to be a national player in anything. It could be cricket, it could be hockey, it could be marabaraba, but it's possible to be a national player and represent your country.
Chat about discipline.
Yeah.
Because being a national team player comes with a whole lot of discipline.
True.
You're a brand walking around, so there's certain things you cannot do in public.
True.
How do you manage that?
So, for me, it's quite easy because growing up, my grandmother was a pastor. I grew up in church. My mother is a pastor herself. Yeah, so discipline, me, my siblings, everyone at home, it's just standard procedure. It doesn't have to be forced. It doesn't have to be, injected or something. It's something we were born with. So coming into sports, it's like they're teaching us something we already know. You understand? You can't go around dressed like you don't belong. You understand? You can't go around drinking, alcohol in front of, you just respect your space, respect the people around you, respect your coaches. That's standard procedure. Like, I was telling a group of Johannesburg players as we were just preparing for our national championships. We were talking about discipline, that our coaches at Johannesburg, a lot of them are lady coaches. Yeah. Like my coach, Nontle Babu, she's a lady. Yeah. I'm a guy. I'm way taller than Nontle. I could say anything to Nontle that I want because she's a lady, but I can't do that. No, you understand? I can't. She's my coach for a reason. There's a lot I need to learn from Nontle as my coach at that time. So if I go to netball drunk, when she gives me instruction, I have answers for her already. What am I learning from that? Do you understand? So that's what discipline is all about. And just by listening and obeying to what she's been saying, I got best shooter of the tournament at the champs. Yes. Because I listened to coach, because I was disciplined. When she said be in bed at 9:00, not later than that, she knew what she was saying. She wanted us to get, because we're playing first game, second game in the morning.
So you're disciplined to that extent. When they say sleep at 9.
Believe me, she was not there with us. She couldn't be with us at the hotel because she had to be home and she was expecting a baby. We all know that. You understand? So I was vice captain at that time. So I felt like if I don't do it first, who else is going to do it? If I'm running around the corridors around 10, 11, we're playing first game. The team we're playing with is sleeping at this moment. What does it mean? Do you understand? So I had to, I didn't have a choice. Yeah, I had to be disciplined at that time.
You were named best shooter.
Yeah, shooter of the tournament. I didn't see that one coming. I thought Eugene, when they called Johannesburg, I thought Eugene was gonna, because Eugene was amazing in that tournament. He took shots from literally anywhere. And unlike a lot of tournaments, I think he was quite accurate. This was the tournament where he was quite accurate. I mean, we went to Botswana, he was not as accurate as this one, but this one I really thought it was going to Eugene. But when they called my name, I was like, okay, yeah, Kanjani. And then as I posted on Facebook, I saw the comments that came in that, oh, you really deserve it. You played very well. I didn't miss quite a lot of goals. It was just there and there. And they were like, even when Eugene was on the bench, I really stepped up, and they couldn't feel that Eugene was not on court, so they were like, no, well deserved. I didn't see it coming, but yeah.
You
It
just
was
mentioned
kind of,
social media.
yeah.
And hey, it's a cruel space that.
Yeah, true.
How do you handle that? Because it comes with a lot. Yeah, this time around the comments were positive.
Yeah.
And next time they might not be so positive. How do you deal with that?
You know, when you are playing away from home and you are not doing too well, or you're not doing what they know you from for you. So there was this specific game I think we're playing against. I don't know if it was Kenya or Botswana or Zim. I think we're playing Zimbabwe, yeah. And then after that game, also our heads were down. I think we didn't expect Zim to give us such an intense game, yeah. And then a lot of things were said on Facebook, you know, on social media. Why is this one on court? Why is this one what? Why is all the things you don't want to hear? You understand? And then our coach had to come in. He's like, guys, please
don't go on
for the next few days, stay away from social media. Stay away from social media, because everyone is just saying whatever they feel like they could say at that time, and those are not words that are building you to be someone better. And imagine going into the next game with that already. So he's like, for now, I'm not going to take your phones. I could, if I wanted to, I could, believe me. But I don't want to do that. Just stay away from social media. So social media is very cruel. You're right. It's not a nice space to be, especially as a player and you are playing and people are just, you know, on your case the whole time. It needs you to have I don't know, it needs you to be a bigger person. Just not take everything they say into heart. Just, you know, pass. Take it as positive as you can, no matter how negative it is. Yeah.
National champs were the biggest in the history of the national champs.
True.
How competitive was it for you as a player? Because for us as NSA, hey, we were excited that males netball is growing.
How competitive, I would say, for us, it was actually better, right, compared to other years. I'll give you an example of 2022, if I'm not mistaken, in Uppington. Yeah, 2022 Uppington. No, actually not Uppington, because Uppington we also played final. It was Rustenburg 2023. Oh God, nightmare. I don't want to lie to you that the championships were not on our side at all.
Did the weather play? Because
weather
Rustenburg is fine.
Weather was fine.
Is it?
Yeah, weather was fine.
Okay.
We didn't have any challenges. It rained there and there, but not for long. We had to stop for, I think, 40 minutes or so, but we continued. Weather was fine. But I don't think we had a team for that specific tournament. We didn't perform so well. I myself, I felt like I was lost. I felt like this is not the team I've been training with the whole time. I felt like, what's happening, you know? And I felt out of play the whole time. I felt like, what's happening? And it frustrated me so much because, like, sometimes especially when you are a shooter and you know that you need to produce like 100% goals, that's okay. Well, that's my aim in every game, whether how casual or how informal the game is. My aim is to shoot 100%, and this helps me a lot to win games, because if I can't make 100%, I'll make 99 or 98 or 90, which is still fine, which is still a win. Do you understand? So going into those championships, I felt like, especially our first game, I didn't feel like everyone was there. I felt like we are there, but we are not there. Yeah, it felt like someone comes from Namibia, some from Zambia, and then we came out, they say, okay, let's play.
And you all trained together.
We trained together, we did everything
what
together.
Happened?
I have no idea. I can't put a finger, I don't know, but we took it as a team. We're like, okay, this is where we soldier up, and then we go home, we fix whatever, and then next year we come back and see what it has for us. Otherwise, we had bad days and good days at the tournaments, but most of them were just bad days. Yeah, I didn't have fun. Yeah, I didn't plan to come out fifth as Johannesburg. Yeah, that was not nice. Yeah, fifth, number 5 is just.
But you recovered from fifth to second.
Yeah, we really did. Also, coming to 2024 national champs, we really had a great team. And then the team that beat us on the final, they beat us on round robin as well. So going to the final, we kind of had an idea that they might come back the same way they did, and then they did. They did. And also we had a few injuries at the back. Our defenders are not so well. Lebogang Kokome was not fine. Beast, Leo was also not okay. But we took it like a team. It's all good.
I think I've always wanted to ask this. So players like Shane, Joan, they're your player, they're your teammates.
Yeah.
Looking at national teams.
Yes.
When it comes to tournaments like the national champs.
Yeah. So we take every game seriously.
Yeah.
We take every game like war. Once we step on court, we pause everything else.
I don't know you.
We don't know each other. We do not know each other. Whatever it is that happened, we'll discuss after the game.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we'll discuss after the game. We'll go out for drinks. We'll do whatever.
But
not here. Here we mean business. Yeah. Remember, we're representing a district. So everyone in Johannesburg is looking at Toti, is looking at Eugene, is looking at whoever, because they need results. They don't know that you and Shane have a relationship outside. Yeah, they don't care. So you can start now having chit chats on court with Shane. How does it look to them? You understand? So let's do what we're here to do now. The rest we'll discuss later.
Hectic.
Yeah, no, it's always the case. We, as male netball players, we have built a beautiful friendship with each other. We connect quite well, and when we're on court, we forget about everything else, and then we focus on what we need to focus on at that time. The rest, we'll see when we're done. We are best friends of friends. Like Stella and I, Stella and I, we fight a lot on court. We do. You won't believe it. But after that, best of friends. Yeah, best of friends. Best of friends, yeah.
Man.
It's nothing personal. It's just netball.
It's netball, it's definitely.
Netball. Yeah.
There's people that still find the idea of males netball as taboo. And then I always say, but there's women's football or women's cricket or even women's rugby. What would you like to say to people who just still don't understand that there's males netball and everyone can play males netball?
I think with the speed that male netball is growing at the moment, people are just naturally, automatically gonna see that this thing is a real thing. We are growing so much that you won't believe it. I heard your interview with Masisila Mnukwane when she was saying when she came in, they had only 13 players, 13 teams.
Yeah.
And now it's about 67 or whatever. Yeah. So that alone, within a period of 10 years or whatever, less. So you can imagine in 5 years from now. So it's going to be a thing. Also, I get to answer that a lot when I say to people I play netball and they're like, do you mean netball or basketball? I'm saying I play netball. Not so the netball, isn't netball for ladies? I'm like, so that's when I need to explain one by one. Patiently. So there's netball for guys. If I need to show them from my phone, I show them a few videos, also a few pictures. They're like, oh, really? Must be interesting. When are you playing next? Some will ask you positive questions. When are you playing next? And then some will be, when I subtain the match. Things like that. And these are things I'm used to answering. It doesn't change the fact that netball is good for guys. It doesn't change. It doesn't break me. It doesn't change how beautiful netball for men is. You understand? But I wish as a person you just open up your mind, just be open around about sports and code and who plays what. And everyone plays anything now. Do you understand? People are playing rugby, ladies, and nobody questions that. I've never hear someone say, why is ladies now playing rugby
I
and
played
whatever.
rugby myself.
Yeah, you can imagine. Imagine. So netball is a sport. It's not sports for specific people. Yeah. So whoever is out there, if you're a male player or if you're a male person, you wish to, come into netball, feel free. I don't want to talk about opportunities. I'm a living testimony when it comes to netball and what it has done for me. I don't think it has happened to anyone else. Yeah. So netball is a sport, and male people do play netball. Yeah.
You were announced in the Fast Five team?
Yes, squad. Yes,
Squad.
Yeah.
Squad, as well as the national team squad.
True. Kika Muhau. Kika Muhau Waramasedi. It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with what people see when they look at me. I train like any other person. Maybe I train even less than some of the players who were there at the champs, but it's the light that's shining on me that I don't see, but other people see. I don't know how I do it. You can ask me 10 times, I will receive the same question, the same answer. I don't know how I do it. It happens. They are seeing what they're seeing and they're liking what they're seeing.
Sure.
Yeah.
I keep saying Toti.
Yeah. Toti, yeah.
How did you get that name?
So, Toti is actually my elder brother, Mpo.
Okay.
His name is Toti. And I love my brother so much. I can't detach from him. Once he's around me, I just want to be with him the whole time. So he would take me to his friends who called him Toti, obviously. So when he's not there, now I'm Toti. You understand? So when he's not there, I'm the one who's Toti. And also he used to love this thing of, so because he's a soccer lover, if he buys a Sundowns, for example, jersey, you try to Toti at the back. So obviously being a younger brother, my duty is to steal his clothes, right? So I would walk around wearing Toti at the back. So everyone thinks I'm Toti. So that's how it came about.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm Toti everywhere. Everyone calls me, come to my workplace. You ask for Toti. Yeah.
So let's say you and I are meeting for the first time.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Karab.
I'm Toti.
This guy.
100%, without a doubt.
Are you serious?
I'm Toti. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And how does your brother feel about this?
He likes, I think it's liking it now because of where I am, right? But back then he was like, I'm not that, you can't be called that. We can't both be called that, you understand? So if I could change my ID and put that, I would now. Yeah, I would call, or if I could have a kid now, I would call him Toti. Formally now. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Sure.
100%.
What would you say has been a challenge in your career?
In my netball career or in my netball career?
Yeah.
Challenge. As blessed.
Have you had any?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, fans, for example. I'll give you an example. When we went to Uppington for national champs, Uppington is far. It's far, and as a team, as a district, a lot of us were not working at that time. We couldn't get our kids together. We couldn't get transport together. We couldn't get accommodation together for so many days, 7 days.
Man.
You understand? So I think fans have been a challenge, especially in a team where it's only a few of you guys working and some are just looking up to you guys for assistance and everything. So yeah, I think sponsorship is the biggest challenge in netball as a whole. Not only to me as Toti, not only to diversity or whatever. I think it's worldwide. When something needs to happen, money is needed. Every time we need to play something, money is needed. Transport is needed. We go as far as Bulukwadi to play some of the games and whatever. We need funds. We need
food.
Yeah. Sometimes we are forced to drive there and back.
No.
Yeah. Because we can't afford to sleep. So you can imagine how bad it is. You get there, you can't even rest. You play first game, you get there at 7, first game 7:30 or 8:00, you need to be playing already. Unlike when you go there previous day, you get to sleep, wake up, have breakfast decently, get to warm up, play properly. I think with sponsorship, a lot would go, because I feel like it's the little money that causes us to like fatigue. You understand? Because you can't get the airplane now. After the last game, you come back. It's tomorrow you're going to work or you're going to school early in the morning. It doesn't.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with sponsorship, it would help a lot. Yeah, just not a lot. You don't need a lot. Just transport, and you don't have to give it to us like as cash.
You can pay.
Yeah. You can pay whoever
Just
who
bring
has
the
to
bus.
do. Yeah. Bring a bus. We'll get in there. We'll come
Yeah.
back. That's all we need. Pay a B&B or whatever. A motel.
Yeah.
We can sleep in a room, 20 of us. That's all we need. We don't need much. We don't need much.
The sport is not professional.
Yeah.
You just mentioned, those challenges, sponsorship, and you're still this passionate. Why? What keeps you motivated and keeps you going back?
The love of the sport. No matter what people, there's people amongst the sport that would hate you for just existing. Like they would hate, for example, the president.
Yeah.
With everything she's doing now.
Yeah.
For the mayors, but they don't want to see you. Do you understand? So you don't understand. So such things you just don't want to, you just forget about them immediately and focus on who you are and the light in front. Yeah.
Man.
Because what can you do? Because
now it means you also need to. People work to feed their families. When you must work to feed your family and support the sport that you love so much, but also maybe for your teammates that are not working. So you need to have a job on the side.
You're right. Because netball doesn't. We can't get an income monthly from netball. You understand? So somehow you need to wake up and go somewhere to buy shoes.
Yeah.
You buy netball shoes this month. I'm giving you 3 months. You don't have it anymore. And that I'm talking about shoes that are expensive. Yeah. Buy 1,000 rand shoe, 1,500 to not last you 3 months. Doesn't make sense.
Man. Yeah, because you also don't always play indoor.
Yes. Well, we play outdoor more than indoor.
Yeah.
And you can imagine the surface there. It's just, it chows your shoe like nothing.
Does.
Yeah.
You played indoor during these national champs.
Yeah.
How was that?
That was amazing because I'm one person that I worry about my skin so much. I feel like my skin is, because I peel easily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the next thing.
How, from a man from Venda?
Yeah, imagine how should we, Yeah. So my skin is, I peel easily and then I'm just miserable the whole time. So that's one thing I really loved about playing indoor. I didn't have to worry about, a lot of things.
Yes,
it was amazing. Yeah, I wish that could happen every year. Actually, yeah, it was quite nice.
Shut about your career highlights now.
Well, my first debut, the first international games I played, that was amazing. I always say, first game, first quarter, if you make your first goal, if you sink your first goal, you are guaranteed of a beautiful game.
Is it?
Yeah. But if you miss your first goal,
puts you off.
Yeah, now you start shaking, start doubting yourself. Do I belong here? There's a lot going on in your head. You understand? So when I synced that first goal in national colors, I was like, thank you, Lord. It's me and it's happening. It's my time and I'm enjoying it. That was the best time. Also, Botswana was amazing. We got to play against Zimbabwe, against Kenya, and it was something else. Just to leave your country and go represent your country outside your country. I felt like I've made it. I felt like what more is bigger than this? This is everything. It was amazing. We played. I'm going to talk about Zimbabwe because they really gave us a challenge. We played them round robin, and then it didn't go as we wanted, but we won the game. Come final, we meet them again because I think they were fourth. I think we were playing first against fourth and second against something like that. And then they won their second and third. So we met them at the final. So, yeah. I remember the first quarter was when the first quarter ended, score was 10-10. And then when the second quarter ended, I think it was 22-22. It was still a draw. Only after the third quarter, we had a 2-goal lead. And then at the end of the game, we won by 5 goals. Yeah, 5 goals. So that was the toughest game I've ever had to play in national colors. But also I feel like, because during the round robin, I think we won by around 7, 8 or whatever. So I think it was just in our heads that these are finals.
Yeah.
Imagine the same team, same everything, same players, same whatever, same environment, same indoor, but different mentality.
Yeah.
Into the game, we were like, okay, because it's finals, I don't know. I think we made it hard for ourselves also because it's finals. But yeah, that game I really enjoyed. And of course we came out first. I don't think we have never lost a game as the South African men. Yeah. Since 2020. Yeah, since 2021. We have never lost any game. I think I'm right. I don't think we have never lost any game. That's why I can't wait for us to get to play, abroad, against New Zealand, because I feel like that's where our peers are. Yeah, that's where our peers are. I think we would give them a tough time. Play against England, Australia. I would love that so much, just to gauge ourselves. Yeah.
What would you say is your biggest wish for males netball?
Oh, good question. I have a list. Yeah.
We don't have 4 hours though.
I've got a list.
Yeah.
The first one being the last one I mentioned now, to get to play abroad, to get to be exposed to netball that we don't see every day. My wish would to see some of our players, Eugene, maybe myself, and being called up individually to go play leagues outside. You understand? That would mean so much to male netball in South Africa. And to see sponsors coming in to assist. Could be anything, to assist with water as we play, you understand, to assist with shoes. Doesn't have to be of a specific brand or whatever, just to make it easy for a child to come on court and enjoy playing. Because where's your confidence when you're playing and your shoe is not appropriate?
Yeah, sure.
You understand? You feel like even when you're doing the right thing, you feel like it's wrong because I'm wearing a better brand and you are wearing, your shoe is torn up and whatever.
So there's instant doubt.
Exactly. You understand? So it's sponsorship, funding, not a lot, we don't need millions and millions just to help a child. Yeah.
You mentioned water.
Yeah.
So it's that bad.
Yeah.
If there's someone with money that's watching this podcast right now, I think you can look at that camera.
Yeah.
What would you like to say?
Well, I would like to say, as male netball players, we are really asking for your assistance, and we are not asking specifically for any money, but we are asking for help, training equipments, shoes, kit, bibs, bottles of waters, the minimum, not a lot, just help where it's needed. Yeah.
Yeah, we do call out on everyone that has money. You could be a businessman, just come through. I think, in fact, come through and just watch some games.
True.
Then they will
motivation
understand.
Will come.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Because males netball is exciting.
Else. Yeah, it's something.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm. It's something else. It's on another level. So interesting. Yeah, it's so interesting.
It definitely is. We're almost done.
Yeah.
And if Toti isn't playing netball and working, what are you doing?
So I'm I'm employed with Avis Car Rentals. That's in Kempton Park, Isando.
Okay.
So I'm a chauffeur. Yeah, I drive your first class and business class Emirates clients. Yeah.
So can I call you on the side and this can be a favor?
Yeah. But I'll give you an invoice.
I know.
I'll give you an invoice.
I know you. You need to know the right people. So I know you.
Yeah, we can discuss this. Okay. We can talk about this one. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm a full-time employed with Avis, an amazing company. I don't want to lie. It's very supportive, netball.
Okay.
They follow me on Facebook. They follow the page, the Netball South
Nice,
Africa page. Yeah,
hey.
they were there. Some of my colleagues were there at Ellis Park as we were playing championships. Yeah, so supportive. When we went to St. Vincent, 2022.
Yes.
Was it 2022? Yeah, 21-22. Yes, we went to St. Vincent. It was an international. It was the Americas championships, but we went there as an invitational team. Yeah, we went there. And how did you not talk about that one?
How?
I don't understand. How did you miss it? Yeah, so 2022, Madam Cecilia Mlukwane received an invite from the Americas Championship just for the boys to come and take part, and just see what's what. You understand? And it was quite nice. It was a couple of teams. I remember Jamaica was there. The Jamaican guys were there. And Antigua was there. Barbados was there. I don't remember some of the countries, but yeah, we had so much fun. We played each other once, and it was hot. It was hot.
Yeah.
It was hot. You could only play in the morning at 8.
Yeah.
And play again at 7 at night, because during the day
it was unbearable.
You fry eggs on court there. Yeah, because it's an island. Yeah, so even when there's no sun, even when it's cloudy, it's hot. We went there with hoodies, the SA hoodies. We couldn't wear those because it was way too hot. And then the tournament went on. It was quite nice, and I would say we came out second because we lost the final.
What was it?
We lost our finals against Jamaica by 3 or 5 goals, somewhere there. It was a nice game. I think we needed 3 more minutes to recover and then win the game. But well, it is what it is.
Was this for the men's senior team?
Yes, for the men's senior team.
So that was an invite. I believe the following year did you play again?
Against them?
Yeah.
No, we only went to. We were supposed to go again to that's according to Madam President. She received an invite again, but it was clashing with the national champs, so we couldn't go there.
Yes.
We couldn't go back, so we only went once, and then you got silver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I got best shooter of the tournament there. It was quite
not
nice.
shocked again.
No. I'm also getting used to it.
You're getting used to it.
I'm also getting used to it. It was quite nice.
Yeah.
I wish we could just one day go back there and have fun. It was nice. I think we left for 2 weeks.
Just to get that international exposure.
Yeah. True. You learn a lot. You get to learn a lot from these people because the styles of play are not the same. Some play like they play basketball. Some jump like they are doing high jump. You don't understand, man. How do you jump like that?
Man.
It's crazy.
But you learn a lot, ne?
Yeah, you do learn a lot because you gauge that from when you're back and now you play. You feel like, okay, these defenders back at home are not as strong as African defenders are. Then if you feel that, then you've learned something from your trips. Yeah.
And then in terms of height, does height really matter when you're playing abroad, especially for certain positions?
I think you would want to have some height.
Yeah.
You would, especially Africa. I told you about Kenya players. I'll show you the pictures now on my phone.
Tall
is not the word. Those guys are long. Those guys are long. Yeah. Those are basketball players.
Yeah.
I greet them like this. Like, you
understand? Not you, because I look at you like that.
I look at them like that. Because they are way tall. So height, yes, you need some height. You can't, sometimes you can't really survive without height because, with netball and the rules changing now and then, a defender can just easily jump as the ball comes and then, tip it off and whatever. And then you would need a tall, defender or a tall shooter to just be on the same level as your opponents. So height really is a thing. Although most coaches would differ, most coaches they will tell you it doesn't really mean much because if you have a moving circle all the time to confuse the defense, it depends on who you are. But I believe so much in height. It works a lot, especially when you have to rebound and whatever. Yeah, it makes sense to have height.
Would you take up coaching because you started it? Informally, so?
I would, but for the kids, like
Yeah,
for development.
Okay.
Yeah, I would for maximum under 19 or under 18 max. Anything from there, kishap.
How what?
No, kishap. Yeah, kishap fella. But for the kids, yeah, definitely. I would love to share my knowledge and experience with the kids. I would do that. Yeah. Just some level 1 yana, 2 yana, just to yeah. I would 100%. Because why would I say now I played netball if I didn't share it with anyone?
true.
What was I doing the whole time? Yeah. People need to learn from me. That's what I believe. 100%.
What's that one thing you'd like people to know about you?
I'm an open book. I think what you see in me is exactly who I am. You understand? I don't fake myself. I don't go around showing you someone I'm not. People say I'm not easy to approach. But
really?
Yeah, they say, hey, bengifuna ukukubuza ukuthi ushuta kanjani. But ukhona kanjani. But
Are you shy?
I'm very shy.
Oh, maybe that's why.
I'm very shy. I'm very shy, and especially crowds. I don't do well with crowds. I don't do well with crowds, but it's something I'm working on every day. I'm trying. I don't even cameras. Also, they make me.
So I made this comfortable for you.
Yeah, 100%.
Yay!
Yeah,
because I didn't see you were shy.
Really?
No. No, I think ever since you and I met,
yeah,
I agree. You're very consistent.
Yeah.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
But unapproachable, you are
people
approachable.
do
I think
say,
it's because you're shy. You don't know how to deal with crowds.
I guess. But I am, guys. If you wanna know anything, just come say hello, come say hi, come ask questions. I'll try by all means to get the information to you. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming through.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me. It was amazing.
Yeah, this was definitely
Nice.
amazing.
Yeah, it was quite nice. I had fun, and as I was saying earlier, it's I don't know what God is doing. I don't know what God wants people to know through me, but in the past few weeks, especially after the champs, I've been doing interviews. I told you I was at Sports at 10 the other time. So I don't know what to say. I just want to thank God for the opportunity that He has given me, and I'm doing my best to show His power through me. Yeah, it's quite amazing. It's quite nice. Yeah.
Oh man, ladies and gentlemen. And that was Toti. That is how we come to the end of yet another episode on the NSA podcast. Till we do it again next time. It's a wrap.